Everybody, welcome back. It's Patricia Noel-Drain. We're on video number 8. And I'm really happy to say on this video number 8 in the Reinvention Convention June video series that I'm talking about age today. Now, why am I talking about age? Well, because my new book is called It's Okay to Reinvent Yourself at Any Age. I had Nathan, he's my artist, Nathan Mulroy, draw this. I told him to draw a little girl with a ponytail and an older woman. And this is what he did. Now, as you could see, every time Melanie puts it up there, you can see that we've put those two heads together. And it's because that little girl grows into that older woman very quickly. It's as fast as you can believe. But I'll tell you one of my favorite questions I've ever asked, and I have been asking the same question, I'm going to say, for 30 years now. And I get the same response every time. I take that back. I did get a different response, maybe 2 different times from 2 different people, I'll tell you. But the question is, if you didn't know how old you were, how old would you be? Isn't that a great question? There isn't a person, now I can't ask 20-year-olds because they're too young, but when I ask a 40, 50, 60-year-old, how old would you be if you had no clue how old you were right now? They always answer 20 to 30 years less. There's only been one person she was in her 70s and she said she felt like she was 13. Okay, that's a little crazy. Nobody feels like they're 13. But then I asked 2 other people, and they're the only 2 people out of hundreds of people that I've asked that question that said more. They felt like they were 90 or they felt like they were 100. Well, then you knew they were having a hard time with their life, and I just didn't like that. I can't tell you how much I urge you to answer the 5 questions to see if you're ready for a reinvention. And I also can't tell you how important it is to possibly get on a complimentary session so you can get crystal clear about yourself, your gifts, your niche, where you're going next in your life. That can happen very quickly. I put a formula together years ago, and it has helped hundreds and hundreds of people in a very short period of time. And the people that it didn't help, all I'd have to do is say, can I have maybe 10 more minutes of your time? And I'd go into a deeper probing so that I could really get them to at least being crystal clear about one thing in their life so they could fly and go do what they wanted to do. I do have a fun question for you to end with today. I am going to be telling you, by the way, in video 9 and 10 about where we can go together, but you can't go there with me unless you come on a complimentary call so I can see if you're somebody that's ready for that, because I just don't want to take people if they're not ready and if they're not really committed to reinventing. But I wanted to say this question. What advice would you give your younger self? At one time I used to say, what advice would you give like a graduating class? And I thought, no, it's really about you. What have you learned about life? What have you learned about where you are in your situation at this point in your life? What advice would you give her or him? Until we meet again, it's Patricia Noel-Drain.